And first up, we head to Newfoundland to talk about some new takes on traditional resolutions and living your best year in 2015.
Meditation is important because it is a type of training. It's a formal exercise for being mindful. And so mindful is simply being present in the moment. And what we've noticed through the research is that when we practice these techniques, such as meditation or informal techniques of being mindful, so practicing being present, we actually reduce the amount of stress we put on our bodies. We reduce anxiety and depression as well. And we also are able to increase different cognitive functions, such as our ability to learn new skills and our memory as well. Some of the best practices are simply just taking time for yourself and simply taking time to be in the present. So perfect examples would be if you're going to go for a walk, simply go for a walk. So often when we go for a walk, this is our time to get into our mind-wandering state, and we start to ruminate about events of the past and worrying about things in the future. Rather, what we should do is we should allocate that time just to be present. So what you want to do is when you go for your walk, take in the surroundings around you. Start to feel your body, start to feel your steps as you're walking. These are practices of mindfulness that you can easily integrate into your daily life, because mindfulness is simply just a way of thinking. The best tip for 2015 would be just to give time for yourself, to give time to be with yourself. Let's just put our smartphones away, put the computer away, and simply be present. Whether that be giving your full attention to your child while they're talking, whether that be eating a meal mindfully, just simply being and being with yourself. Meditation is more of a structured technique that people can get into, and there's lots of online resources for guided meditations that you can start to integrate into your life if you'd like, and also developing a social group. So often self-practice can be quite hard, but if you allocate maybe an hour a week and you get your friends together and you practice meditation, you practice breathing together, listening to your breath, these can be very powerful tools to help you relax your body, relax your mind, and increase your overall health, well-being.
So the best way for people at home to get their word of the year is this woman, Christine Kane. She's an amazing entrepreneur who's created business to empower women to further their business. And she created this word of the year booklet that you can go on her website. Just Google Christine Kane, you'll find her website. And yeah, she has a word of the year booklet you can download, and she takes you through all the exercises on how to get directly to your word of the year and make sure it's authentic for you. Great way to stay focused on it is in the morning when you get up, or at night when you go to bed, whichever one you prefer. Do what I call an affirmation. So an affirmation is basically just a sentence that you create that reminds you of your word. So for example, my word of the year is adventure. So when I get up in the morning, I'm just going to take 10 seconds to breathe in and out deeply and just say to myself, I'm living my life full of adventure. Or, you know, I say yes to things even if I'm scared. Just something to remind you of what it is that you want to work on this coming year, and that will help you push past any of your fears. The benefits of having the word of the year is it gives you an energy that motivates you versus trying to think of what I call the do's. Like, you know, oh, I got to go to the gym to lose weight, and I got to, I don't know, eat better, or whatever it is. It gives you an energy that is much more powerful than trying to figure out all your do's. For example, mine being adventure, I just remind myself every day that I want to live an adventurous life and be filled with fun. And in reminding myself of that, I'm attracting opportunities to me to live an adventurous life versus trying to figure out what do I have to do to be adventurous. I focus on the being rather than the doing. Flipping our traditional way of thinking, especially when we enter the new year where we think, I got to do this, this, and this, and this, and then we end up at the end of the year going, what happened to that? You know, it all fell to the wayside. Whereas if you think of what you want to be, it's much more powerful. My best tip is basically what I just said. It's giving yourself 30 seconds. And you have to give yourself 30 seconds just to breathe in and out nice and deeply and close your eyes and just remind yourself of what it is you want to attract. Use that word of the year to empower you and give you that energy and that motivation that you need.
Today I talked about mindful eating, and I gave everybody strategies on how to incorporate mindful eating into their daily routine. Mindful eating is about becoming aware of what's happening inside of your body. So that includes your emotions and how you're feeling, but also if you're hungry or if you have a stomach ache or if you're feeling sick. And then also becoming aware of your surroundings. So where are you? Are you by yourself? Are there a lot of people around? Are you at a party? And becoming aware of those two things and then linking it back to how those things impact what you eat. It's really easy to become discouraged when you're just like starting out with mindfulness. What a lot of people don't realize is that your brain is a muscle and we have to train our brain just like we train the rest of our body. You know, I'm not gonna go out tomorrow and say, I've never run before, but in 6 weeks I'm gonna run a marathon. That's crazy, right? Because I need to train for that. It's the same thing with mindfulness and mindful eating. Be kind to yourself. It's gonna take time, it's gonna take practice, and each time you work on mindfulness and mindful eating, you're gonna get a little bit better. So don't set your standards too high. Keep it real. And one of the foundations of mindfulness is kindness and non-judgment. Okay, so when you do find yourself slipping up or eating mindlessly or on autopilot, acknowledging the fact that that's happening is the first step in mindful eating. So you know, be kind to yourself about that and acknowledge the good work that you are doing. The first thing you could do, of course, is our mind frame is really important. So if we are saying to ourselves, oh, I can't have that bag of chips, we're gonna want that bag of chips a lot more than if we say, you know what, I choose not to have those chips because I feel really gross an hour later. So our language is really important, whether we're saying that language out loud or it's in her internal dialogue. My best tip for 2015 is when you are eating, just eat. Put away your email, put away your cell phone, turn off the TV, and acknowledge the food in front of you. Tune into your body throughout the meal to see if you're still hungry, and enjoy how it tastes. Really taste the food, smell the food, and just enjoy it.
I love this word of the year idea. I've been using mine for about 2 weeks and it helps with many things. It's a great motivator for a lot of things as opposed to just one specific resolution. Thanks to Emily, Katie, and Rebecca for sharing those ideas with us.